Hey folks, this is Praveen and today we're gonna see the LeetCode problem subset. So the problem statement says given an integer array num of unique elements, return all possible subset the power set. The solution set must not contain duplicate subset. Return the solution in any order. So we have given an example where the num is provided 1 2 3 and the subset is empty array, then 1 2 1 2 3 1 3 2 3 and 1 2 3. Then the second example is given where we have only one num in the integer array, and we can generate the subset. One is the empty array and second one is the number itself. I think the problem is pretty much clear. So how we're gonna solve it? So we can use the backtracking approach for it. So to understand that, let's assume we'll take the example of 1 2 3. So first in our answer we'll include 1, then we'll take 1 and 2 in our answer, 1 and 2, then we'll consider 1 2 3 in our answer. Now we'll backtrack here. Earlier we have considered 1 and 2. Now here we'll consider 1 and 3. We'll remove 2, and since 1 3 and there won't be any integer after 3, so we'll again gonna backtrack. We'll come here. Now here we have considered 1. Now we'll remove 1 from our answer. We'll consider 2 in our answer. Now since okay, so here what we're gonna do, we'll consider 2 and 3 in our answer. So after 3 we don't have any number in the character in the array. We'll again gonna backtrack here. Now we're gonna consider 3 in our answer, and we'll be reaching to the end of our integer array. So we'll like return all these numbers in the answer. So I think we're gonna follow the backtrack approach. Now I'm gonna write the code for it. So what we'll have to do, we'll have to return list of integer. So we'll create an variable for that. This is of kind new array list. So this would be our answer. Now we'll check one thing, if our nums, whatever the nums array we have got, if it is equal to null, or the nums dot length, okay, the nums dot length is equal to 0. That means either we are having the empty nums or the nums length is 0. We're gonna return from here. We'll return our result from here itself. Otherwise we're gonna call our backtrack function, and once that backtrack function is called, we'll return the result. Return our result. So here we're gonna call our function. Let's call it get all subsets. Okay, in this what we're gonna pass, we're gonna of course pass the nums, then our result which we want to return, and we're gonna have a temp array here. So let's create here only. So the temp array will store the value for each set. Then let's give the type also. Then will be needed the index, which is type of int. So I think this should be fine. We'll add if we'll need anything else. Okay, so now let me write this function here. So that is private void. We don't want to return anything. Our function name is get all subsets. In this the parameter would be our list of integer. We'll call it as result. Sorry, before that we'll have to pass the nums, which is our actual input, or then we'll be having a array list, which is our temp result of type integer. So let's call it temp, and we'll be having int here. It should be 0, here it should be intact. So here we're gonna start with 0. Alright, I think the parameter wise we are good. Okay, now what we're gonna do, whenever we'll call this function, the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna add temp to the result, or not the temp, otherwise if we'll make any change in the temp it will reflect here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a array list, new array list, and we'll pass temp here. So it will actually gonna create a new object for it. Now we added it. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna iterate over our the nums. So for that, what I'm gonna do, int I equal to, will pass here index, whichever is coming here, and I is less than our nums dot length and I plus plus. So we are basically iterating from left to right over our nums array. Now we'll have to do the backtracking. First we'll include one number, like whatever the number are there on the particular index, and then we'll remove it. So we'll have to first add it and then remove it. So how we're gonna do it? So first we'll add temp dot add, we'll add the current value, like current index value in the temp array. So nums I will gonna add to the temp, and we'll call our recursive function. So this time we are including nums I in our result, right? And here again we're gonna call the same function. I'll copy it. So we'll pass this nums, result will go as it is. Here we'll pass the temp, and here we'll pass I plus 1. So whatever the value is there for I, will pass the next index of that, and it will again run here recursively. And once this is done, we'll remove the whatever the element or the numbers is there on the top of the list. So remove temp dot size minus 1. So if size is 3, we want to remove the element on the second index. So that's how like first we can add a particular number. Let's assume in 1 2 3 we add 1 here. When we'll done the processing with 1 recursively, we want to remove the 1 from our answer, so we'll remove it from here. So if I have written it correctly, it should work. Let me try to submit it. Yeah, so it's working, and it's faster than the 100% code submitted. So let's talk about the runtime complexity. So that would be order of to the power n, because every time we are making a selection whether we should include this particular number or not. So the complexity would be o to the power, order of 2 to the power n. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.